Hello, hello. My name is King Herd. This is season 2, episode 8 of Live Well, Sleep Well. 15 to 20-minute videos, podcast style. If you're on here on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, etc. I post every day when I can because that is the dream goal, make this consistent. Anyways, today I'm not talking about anything too much. I'm just talking about, a series of mine that I really enjoy, which is called Rent a Girlfriend. And of course, right now, season 2 of Rent a Girlfriend is out. It's on Crunchyroll, and that's streaming, and that's really cool. And season 1 was something that I really enjoyed, and that's actually what got me into the series. Was season 1. First, I heard the opening, and then once I heard the opening, I was like, "Yo, this is pretty cool. Let me just see what this is up." And then seeing the first episode, the pilot episode, I was like, "Oh yeah, I like this. Okay, let's watch the rest of it." So it's been really great, and I'm just waiting for season 2 to come out. Now that season 2 is out, I'm just waiting for it to get all done, and now watch it all the way through. Binge it the whole thing, because it's a series that I really enjoy. I've only seen so much to season 1, and although I do have the manga and I do have more volumes, I have yet to read them all the way through. Just time, and also I know that if I read all the way through, then I'm gonna want more, and I'm like, oh no, the next volume, I don't have it, or I'm waiting for the next chapter, it's not made yet. So I'm taking my time with it, easing into it, and waiting for season 2 to come out. And since season 2 is out, I'll watch it once it's all done. And basically, the synopsis of Rent a Girlfriend is Kazuya is our protagonist. He's a freshman in college. Started off, he's a freshman in college, and basically he got a girlfriend in high school, and then he went to college, and then now they're like broke up. Basically, they only been together for like a year or so, and he's kind of like this, like you could say. He's this loser of a guy, or he's this like guy who's not fit to be a boyfriend. Yet, um, because he broke up with his previous girlfriend, he feels very sad about it, and he's kind of like this geek nerd kind of a guy where he's just like, I want a girlfriend. Or I'm just feeling so bad, and he saw this app of like, oh yeah, this app for renting a girlfriend. He's like, okay, I'll give it a shot, and he basically rented out this girl, which is the lead, the lead female character, which is Mizuhara. That's her name, Mizuhara. So that is the character Mizuhara. And so Kazuya rented out Mizuhara, and they went on the first date. And it's like he's enjoying himself, but he's also like dealing with internal things. So he's like, oh, this is just all fake. But then what am I gonna do when I actually get a real girlfriend? Things like that. So basically, that's the little sum up of the pilot. But there's more to it, so I encourage you to watch it. But basically, the whole drive and the whole theme, or not the whole theme, but the whole drive of the story is that you're kind of either, depending on you, but you're either rooting for Kazuya or rooting against Kazuya. But basically, he is basically a loser. So and Mizuhara is like this like wonderful girlfriend, or this person who is like the perfect girlfriend for anybody or for everybody. She's very popular, she's very pretty, and she carries herself very well, and she's very ambitious, and she's very caring and loving. So she's like this perfect girlfriend, and Kazuya is like this loser of a guy that's kind of into like. So you're kind of rooting for him to like be better. Like, come on, bro, you gotta be better than that. Or come on, bro, stand up for yourself, or stand up for your girlfriend. Like things like that. You're just like rooting for this guy to do better. So my enjoyment out of this anime and manga called Rent a Girlfriend is that of course the lead female is like very very cute, very pretty. I'm like, oh yeah, yo, let's go, and like putting my shoes in, like being the shoes, and Kazuya like, come on Kazuya, you can do this, like being like that character. But also it's like, yo, like Kazuya, you can do better, and like kind of like the whole like what I'm getting out of it is like, oh yeah, like Kazuya, you could do better, and that's like also like looking to me like inwards, like man, I could do better, or like, oh, like come on Kazuya, like if I'm in your shoes, I need to do things differently, or basically kind of like living through his shoes in a way where it's like, oh man, like I would never do that, but the truth is I might end up doing that. So it's like you live through their shoes, or you kind of experience things that they experience, or you're kind of rooting for the characters to be together, or rooting for the character to step up to the plate, and also to kind of experience that a little bit too. Like you're like, man, if I was in the shoes, I could do things differently. And basically, for me, that's kind of the simple part of it, the simple drive of it. The other part of it is also like, oh, like this is basically the first kind of like romance kind of anime that I'm watching and also reading that I'm first basically getting into, because I'm like, I watch a lot of shonen anime and mangas and read mangas. I'll just refer it to anime for right now. I watch a lot of shonen animes, so like Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, a lot of shonen, and a lot of the more popular things. And I was like, yo, I want to dabble in like some different animes, and also especially romance, because I'm like, I want. I need some romance in my life, or like I want to see what it's all about, because people are really into romance, either that's live TV show or animes and things. I'm just like, yo, I want to try out anime romance. And I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I like the lead female character. I like the protagonist. I like the story. I like the idea behind it, and I like the voice actors. And I'm like, yo, this is really cool. Let me invest in it. Like get in the manga, support the artist, support the the manga, the anime, support them and watch it. And like and so far it's been a really enjoyable experience to like have a collection, because this is my own, this is my copy, no, this is my own. So it's like it's the first one that I can say that's all mine, that I bought it, and I'm like, this is my series, this is my manga. I'm so happy that I have it, that I could call it mine, because I grew up like loving to read manga, because I went to the library, I rented out some I yeah, I guess you could call it rent. I rented out mangas, and that's what got me started. And now I'm like, yo, now I can buy my own mangas, and I can call it mine, and also I can keep it safe, and also it feels nice to have something that I can say is mine. And also it's like, oh, I like this series, and in a way too, it's like romance too. Okay, so the part about romance is that it is kind of fun to watch, and also it is kind of fun to like kind of live through their shoes, and also to see what could different, and also rooting for a character in that sense too, where it's like when shonen, there's not really a lot of, there's romance, but it's not the forefront, and it's not the driving force. But with a series like this, it's more so, oh, it is the driving force, it's that romance, or it's that boyfriend or girlfriend. So it's like, oh, now I get to just like kind of just read a manga, or watch an anime that is solely hit on that, and just like kind of follow along with the journey and see where it goes. Because there's a lot of romance out there, and it's not like I have watched everything, but so far I'm enjoying the series, and I'm not too big on romance either. So it's not like I'm not really big fans of drama or romance, but this series I feel like it's a good step forward in terms of getting into romance, getting into that series, and it is that summer of like, oh, falling in love, or summer of basically season 1 came out in the summer, season 2 came out in the summer again too. So it's like it's a summer series. So it's like enjoying the series of romance, and it's not that, well, it is about romance, but it's not all drama kind of thing. It's yes, there's you're rooting for the character, and yes, there's moments where you're like, oh no, you do it differently, or do things different, but you're also like yeah, so you're also watching it because you enjoy the characters, or you enjoy the scenarios, and you're just like, oh, I could relate it to this time in my life when I was in that position, or when this happened or that happened, and to see that, it just makes me feel better, and it can make you feel better too. And it's just like, it's a nice feeling that you're experiencing, and you're watching this, and you're like, man, I was in those positions, or man, that's so relatable, or oh my gosh, I've seen that, or I've done that before, or it's like where it's just, it hits that mark where you're just like, man, yeah, I get it, I like it. That's the best way I can really explain Rent a Girlfriend and my kind of like connection with it, and hopefully that's something that you can build for yourself, either with this series or another series, um, literally. And of course, I have to relate this back to living well, sleeping well. And how is this kind of related to living well, sleeping well? Well, living well, it starts off with, it's a hobby, of course. It's another hobby of mine. And it's another thing to get me away from just the hectic lives. And it is romance, so it is that, like, getting things away from relationships. Or if I have romantic interest in my life, then it's like another avenue for me to dabble in, but not be so personalized, where it's where I'm just thinking about my personal life or my problems. I'm like, oh my god, there's so many issues. But if I watch this, it's like, oh yeah, I get my mind away from that and just watch something that's about romance, but it's not necessarily related to my situation. In that sense too, I'm getting my romance in, but then I'm not getting any of that, like, other problems that might be running through amok in my life. And of course, it's a hobby, so it's something you enjoy. So it is like it lets you zone out, it lets you relax, and it lets you just rest and enjoy entertainment, because we all need rest and relaxation, entertainment, and this is a series that can do that for me. And I'm very happy that it's continuing and that I'm able to follow the series. Anyways, in conclusion, basically, Rent a Girlfriend, interesting series that you should follow. Well, you can follow. Closing up this podcast early because I do have some things that I need to get to. And basically, thank you for watching. And this has been season, and I'll be able to continue the series, season 2, episode 9 coming up. But thank you for watching episode 8, season 2. Thank you for everything. For sure, I'll expand more on the series when there's time, because right now I'm like crunching right now. So I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.